Charge was, of course, the quid pro quo comments.
As I testified previously, Mr. Giuliani's requests were a quid pro quo for arranging a White House visit for President Zelensky. Mr. Giuliani demanded that Ukraine make a public statement announcing the investigations of the 2016 election, DNC server, and Burisma. Mr. Giuliani was expressing the desires of the President of the United States, and we knew these investigations were important to the President.
The quid pro quo in legal parlance means favors that are granted in return for something, a barter of sorts. Now, if the President is found indulging in quid pro quo, then it is an impeachable offense. You know how Trump, of course, reacted to it? He quoted another comment of Gordon Sondland to save the day.
Now, if you weren't fake news, you'd cover it properly. I say to the ambassador in response, I want nothing, I want nothing, I want no quid pro quo. Tell Zelensky, President Zelensky, to do the right thing. So here's my answer. I want nothing. I want nothing. I want no quid pro quo. Tell Zelensky to do the right thing. Then he says, this is the final word from the President of the United States. I want nothing. Thank you, folks. Have a good time. I'm going to bed.
All right, so that was an impassioned kind of a justification which Donald Trump has put out. Now, the talk of the town is not just the desperation of Trump to deride the hearings, but the note from which that he had read out these comments. The Sharpie scrawl, which Trump loves. Trump even uses Sharpie pens to sign executive orders. I want nothing. I want no quid pro quo. Tell Zelensky, President Zelensky, to do the right thing. This is the final word from the President of the United States. This is the note that he was reading it out, and it is this script that has now, of course, gone viral. Look at them, thick, all caps, and look at them carefully. The Ukrainian president's name spelt wrong. Typical Trump. The photographer who clicked this Sharpie note picture is, of course, a celebrity now. By the way, this is not the first time that Trump has been caught using a Sharpie. Last year, Trump had a listening session with survivors of gun violence, and again the POTUS had what are known as Sharpie notes with instructions written in the bold. And one of them screamed, I hear you. If the President has to feel sympathy, he needs it scribbled in thick fonts in a Sharpie pen. Now, forget about sympathy. The President even uses Sharpie pens to give false weather alarms. And on your screens is that hurricane Sharpie map.
It took a right turn, and ultimately, hopefully, we're going to be lucky. It depends on what happens with South Carolina and North Carolina.
For some trivia, Trump loves Sharpies and hates traditional government pens. Last year, he had said as much in a televised interview. Besides, Sharpie created a personalized black pen for the United States President to scribble his way to glory. Now, Trump can read out all he wants from the Sharpie Scrabble, but the news, of course, is tightening, and the impeachment probe is getting pretty serious. Trump still has the numbers in the Senate, but few more witnesses like his pal Sondland, and Trump potentially could be in trouble. But it has been great for the while that it has lasted Trump's presidency. The whole world seems to be having fun at the expense of Trump's notes. And look at the variants as well. It has even fueled some pop anthems. Trump is the toast of Twitter as well.
I want nothing. I want no quid pro quo. Tell Zelensky to do the right thing. This is the final word from the desk of the U.S.
Trump's scribbled notes turn into a song, and jokes apart, it's really sad that a president has to read out such simple statements from a note. Last month, Trump took a letter-writing masterclass to the world. We're talking about the leaked letter to Turkey's President Erdogan, and now these Sharpie notes. As the impeachment proceedings heat up, we don't know what else we will learn from the President of the United States. The proceedings themselves resemble the iconic movie on the Watergate scandal that rocked Nixon's term as president, All President's Men. For Trump, we can safely add All the President's Men and his Sharpie notes. This quid pro quo story is still evolving.